All right, this is our second installment in our solar information series.
Correct.
We talked to some lovely people yesterday, and here we are with Bruce.
Yep.
Bruce Amero. And you have been a customer of Tim at Cazalt Solar for how long?
I had my solar installed in June of 2017, June 7th.
And so you have some time to have been able to track your results.
Oh, I track every month. I'm a good tracker.
You're a good tracker. Okay, so one thing I like to get an idea of, what was the thing for you that got you interested in solar? Was it the environment? Was it dollar savings? Was it being off the grid, not reliant on energy? What was the main thing for you?
Well, I mean, obviously, the environment is very important. We live in Gloucester, and I'm very concerned about that. But I mean, it needs to make sense.
Right.
I mean,
Financial sense.
It needs to make financial sense. And so, I did some research. I looked at companies around, and I was studying it. And obviously, I know Cazalt from Gloucester, and but what really sold it.
See the signs around town, right?
Yeah,
they're popping up all over the place.
Is that we were down in Florida one day, and
a yell from a distant.
and I saw this guy walk by the beach that I happened to recognize, and I'm like, "Hey, you down here looking for some sun?"
It's a true story.
And we got talking, and that's we kind of took it from there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he wrote his trip off, but
I wish I could.
Yeah.
So busy I don't get a chance to get the trips.
But that's kind of how I did. I mean, I trusted, I'm aware of Tim and his company, and they're local. And so, I mean, I was going to call Tim, and it just so happened that he just walked right in front of me. Yeah. So that's kind of how.
One of the things I liked about my experience was, obviously there's no pressure, but they come out and they give you this plan. And they basically, and I've spoken to probably, at this point, I've probably spoken with eight or nine people on these interviews.
Yeah, on the interview.
And every one of the people the plan that they presented, and it basically had dollar amounts on it, what their proposal was, what I got back was I exceeded what the proposal
all
was.
but 1 month. There was 1 month that I've tracked that they didn't hit it, and it was only by a little bit. But you're right. All the other months it was over, and that was one of those months like we have now where the sun doesn't come out, and that's a problem. But
Yeah, it is. Yesterday we had a great solar day. Today, not so much.
Not so much.
But overall, at the end of the year,
Thank you.
every person has that what the promise has. And it really isn't a promise; it's an estimate. But everyone's estimates
Exactly.
that I've encountered they've been
Yeah,
exceeded.
they didn't sell you a world of goods. They kind of told you the way they thought it, and they planned it out based on some of the science.
Yep.
And you're right. They're really close.
Yeah.
If not, they didn't overpromise. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the service plan. Have you had they come out to do any service?
Yeah, I didn't do the service plan right up front, but then I thought about it, and I talked with Tim a little bit about it, and I'm like, you know what? For the amount of money it costs,
It's not a lot of money.
no, it's not a lot of money, and they come out and they take care of the system and they track your system for you, and they give you good discounts if you have something done, and it's just made sense. So I did join the program, and I'm glad I did. I wish I had joined it earlier, but
Yeah. But now, so for people there's that seems to be a lot. When people that are skeptical, the questions that they usually have are, well, what happens if it breaks down? Well, we have a plan. Mm-hmm. What happens if what are your payments? Well, the payments are X amount, but I'm not paying. I have an all electric house, and I haven't had an electric bill for a year. The payments are way less than what I would be paying for electric. Plus, we're getting I get a check.
yeah, you get the SREC checks.
You get the SREC checks, which are really nice.
And the tax credit, and we got all those things that kind of help offset.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at a 7 or 8 year payback. That's what I'm kind of basing it on. I got a 37 panel system, so it's a big system.
Similar to mine, yep.
Yeah, and and then at that point, so I'm taking what I was paying National Grid, and I'm paying my loan off, and
And then
in
after,
7 years,
so also you're retired.
I'm retired, so it's kind of, I don't, it would be nice not to have that electric bill.
What feel? I mean, what kind of feeling in that 7.5 year when that's all paid off? What kind of feeling, especially for a
huge.
retired person? Are there benefits for retired people?
Yes, yeah. The state has it's called moderate income. The state will actually help loan a portion of the investment, solar investment. We're going to get into that in one of the downline solar seminars that we have about what's changed in the incentives for folks that favorably that might want to invest now versus investing in previous years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming. That's coming. Future coming attraction.
So Bruce, when you had your solar done, did you also? Tim does roofs and you do windows and
We do roofs. It's basically all exterior, roofs, siding, windows, and solar, of course.
Now, did Bruce's? I know when you come and you have a energy audit, there are monies available if your windows are like older or something like that.
It's called the Mass Save. There's many qualifications for that.
Yeah.
So that's really for a low income, moderate income family.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So we will work with folks on that respect if it's a non-solar event,
Right.
because that's what our expertise is basically saving energy. That's
Right.
what we want to do.
Yeah.
We don't have energy audit in our portfolio, but we have relationships with companies that do.
I got you.
So
so you could come here and you could do all of it all at once. Is that what you do?
to do it all at once. In Bruce's case, we just I think we earned his trust.
Well, you did the roof.
We did the roof.
We did the roof. We started with that, and they did an awesome job. Yeah, the guys were great. Then we put the solar panels on.
Yeah.
And then I came back and I wanted to replace the peaks with some of the plastic wood. Remember,
Yep.
I had some issues there.
The
and
PV, yeah.
would have probably should have been done when they were doing the roof, but that was, that was on me. And then finally they came back and did that. And then these guys are good. They really are. And I decided that I got tired of watching my shades kind of move in one of these northwest blows.
Yeah.
And so I called Tim and we came in and did the window in the end of February.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You didn't put it off to the side.
No, we did
No,
it, and
no, we did.
they worked very fast, and they were efficient and clean, and what can I say?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that if they didn't.
And that's a great installation right there. We take a shot at that.
I would say.
Nice bay window overlooking the Ipswich Bay. Not the most easiest of installations, but that's what we're doing. What we do with clients is we build a plan. Like Bruce and I, before we sat down here this morning, we talked about, okay, we've got other windows in the house that he's looking at replacing in the future. So we're in it for the long run. We're not just here for today. Let's do the install and see you later. So Bruce will call him when he's ready, and after he gets a couple more SREX checks, we'll from the solar system, and we'll help fund some of
Everything's
the
cash flow when you retire.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have a lot of cash flow when everything's completely paid off.
I can't wait. I mean, that's going to make a huge.
I think about it
Think
every
about
day.
not having an electric bill.
I know.
And and we have a decent, because my son lives downstairs, and so we've got a lot of energy that we use. That,
You were a good customer of National Grid.
Exactly.
But think about what Bruce did is he's paying himself for his electricity right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. I'm not paying National Grid. I'm paying my loan.
And the loan is paying yourself basically. Once that loan is paid off,
It's done.
then he's
Into
he's off the
perpetuity.
grid in that sense.
Right.
Into perpetuity.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
when you're a retired person, like my mom's a retired person, she watches every penny, and to know that. See, some people, they get, especially when you have all electric baseboard heat, they're getting bills of $800 a month.
It's crazy.
In the middle of the winter, for someone that's on a fixed income, that's
Something has to give when you're on.
something has to give. I mean, there's no bad time, I feel like, to invest. If you're young and you bought a home, you're going to reap for a whole long time.
Yeah.
If you're 40 or 50 and you're looking at retiring in 10 years or something like that, you start investing now, and when you retire, boom, that's
Right.
off the table for you.
Exactly.
You know, there's no bad time. The best time to invest in it, you're investing in yourself, is the quicker the better. Just
That's
like
right.
just like any investment, the earlier you start with it,
Right.
the multiples really stack up.
Right.
It makes a
exactly.
difference.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can't. To Bruce's point, I can't tell you how many clients we've worked with that said, "Ew, I wish I did this 2 years ago. I wish I did it 3 years ago."
Yeah, I'm raising. Bruce is raising his hand. I'm raising my hand. Yeah, I
The
mean,
important thing is let's do it now, and that's what we'll talk about in one of the series that we're going to sit down and chat about. Is the incentives in 2020 are going to change dramatically. So this is the robust year of solar. This is when you really want to make that investment.
all right. Well, anything you want to add?
No, other than it's been a great experience, and I mean, to the point, should have done it earlier.
Yeah.
So if you're out there thinking about it, let me tell you, it's not. I think Tim even used this in his selling point. It's a no-brainer. It
It
really
is. I said
It's a
I
no-brainer.
got that from Joey.
Yeah, it is a no-brainer. Yeah. Well, thanks for having us in your
Okay.
home.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe. Thanks,
Thank
Tim.
you. Thank you.